All right. Jesus. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another episode of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. I am in my trailer, or I guess Airstream, technical term. But yes, thank you guys all for watching here. Daby Cab will be joining us here soon, remote, not from the Airstream, because Daby lives out in the boonies. So shout out to Daby. He'll be joining us here very shortly. We have a full MLB card to talk about, and I'm relying on Airstream Wi-Fi. So let's fingers crossed this Wi-Fi works well. I have my phone right here ready to go with me as well, just in case. But yes, it's gonna be fun. Excuse me. See, I'm ready to. I'm all tuckered out from last night. Celtics get their ass whooped. Traffic delays my arrival, and I didn't get there till fucking halftime. So it was an interesting night to say the least. But nothing, I guess, interesting, unfortunately, coming from it content wise. If you guys are interested, because when I got there, they were already down 40. So that was not good. So sorry about that, lads. But it's nice to see everyone in the chat early. And Justin, luckily for me, I am good. I am good. See, this is a lovely little cabin here, lovely little, jet stream. I'm in the back of someone's yard right now, but like this, I should say, atmosphere we've got going on here. Very solitude. So shout out to you, Justin McKelvey. Stacks play today. Orioles team total over 4.5. I'm gonna need to grab a water at some point today because my voice is not going to cooperate. Joey Harb likes Seattle, Cubs, Baltimore, and San Francisco over. I guess I should say those teams together, but okay. But it's overs in all those games. Troy Torrance, Old E in here. Markel, thank you guys. Jeffrey Blue, O'Brien Palmer, and Von Polo. Very funny. I'm a Boston fan, and I'm happy they lost that game last night. I was at a wedding anyways. They didn't want to win that game in Dallas. They want to win it at home in Boston. This thing is still over. Yeah, you would think after last night that the fucking Mavericks won the NBA Finals. They were shooting confetti. They were celebrating like no tomorrow, and I just kept hearing Mavs in 7, Mavs in 7. I was like, Jesus Christ, these people. You guys keep talking yourself into this thing. I just kept holding up my 5 fingers. Said Celtics in 5. Not worried at all, and it's very funny to see all that happening. But shout out to you, Von Polo, Steve G. Markel. The only negative thing about cabin life is indeed the bugs and the mosquitoes. So my legs have been eaten up in the last few hours. This is a good crowd we've got going on here. Mike Wilkinson, Kelly McInnes, Wine Time Sports, Joey Harb. Yeah, they were shooting confetti, though, like a shitload of confetti for one finals win. I was like, oh my God, I guess. Use it if you got it, but no fucking chance I'd be shooting off confetti like that. So let's get into this card here. Daby Cab told me it'll be a little late today, so no worries about that. But let's start off with some games that I know this fucker is not going to bet. And by the way, 2-0 yesterday. Jesus. Dying over here, guys. 2-0 yesterday. Cash that Cubs. I'm thinking about your comment earlier, whoever that was. I've already forgotten. But cash the over in the Orioles Astros game, over 7. That went to extras. It was sweaty. And the rain delay, I thought, might screw us. But 3-3 extras. And when we got there, that was awesome. Daby Cab also cashed on that game as well. So that was nice. And the Astros win a pretty comfortable 4-0 win. So 2-0 day yesterday gets us to down only 1.27 units on the year. And as you guys know, that's a far climb. You know, we've swung both directions in here today. We've gone up like 25 units. We've gone down 15 units. And now we're, climbing out of it. So it's going to be an interesting rest of the season. And thanks for the people that stuck around during those down 15 unit times. We appreciate that here as well. All right. So let's talk about Bailey Ober, Joey Estes. And yes, I'm going to need you guys' help here, obviously, as well, because as you guys know, we were out and about yesterday. And I did not get much time to cap all these games. So I know the people that are going, but I don't know, for example, how Joey Estes has done in the last few starts off the top of my head. So, and I will assume that will get better throughout the show, but it is just a Joey Estes problem, it seems. So let's go to his last few starts for good old Poe. And yes, this game might not go, so we'll keep this one a little short here. 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, and 6 shutout innings before that, versus the Seattle Mariners and Padres there. So he's on a nice little roll here. Bailey Over, as everyone loves to call him. I'm a fan of his. I think he pitches well, and he has been solid at times that I bet him at least. His last few appearances, and something, maybe it's just quality of innings, but only 4 innings in the last few starts for him. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 innings, 9 hits, 6 earned runs against the Royals, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against the Rangers. It's very interesting to watch him pitch and see how fucking big he is, but I didn't want to move on him either. Let's go to the market here. Real quick, we'll talk about the market and then we'll move on because this is a rain delay game, and then we will bring on our special guest here. Twins, A's, 93% of the bets, 91% of the money on the Minnesota Twins, with 84% of the money and 80% of the bets on the over in this game. And this went from 8.5 to an 8 here. So I don't expect this game to go smoothly without any stop starts. So bet at your own risk, but I'd lean under in this game. So no action for me here as Helga FaceTimes me while in the middle of the show. Move on and let's bring on our special guest, one Dabra Cadabra, joining the program. Hello, Daby. Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm here, man. Jason Bourne didn't fucking ruin my night. I still had fun with you last night. He was hunting us, but it was a good time, man. I know you enjoyed seeing the Mavericks win. Dallas thinks we're still in the series.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Like that was really fun. We're still in the series. It's quite funny.
Yeah, a lot of people are convinced. You heard it, so I at least have verification proof that all people were screaming about last night was Mavs in 7. Hey Tatum, Mavs in 7. I got a lot of hey Tatum, fuck yous.
Best favorite part of the night was whenever somebody would be like, "Hey Tatum, fuck you." I'd be like, "Yeah, say it again, fuck that guy."
Yeah, it was not as often as I thought it would be, but it definitely happened a few times. And I just kept looking around after they said, "Hey Tatum," and I was like, "Fuck, why am I looking? I don't need to look at when people are saying this."
Bro, they had fucking confetti and like fucking streamers and like, bro, they were acting like we're damn near up 3-2 right now. I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, well, it all ends in a few days, and I can't wait to watch. Cardinals Cubs here, Daby. I know you don't have any thoughts on Twins A's. It's raining. We all know that, but let's talk Cardinals Cubs here with a good pitcher in Shota Imanaga. I think, again, this is his first taste of this Cardinals Cubs rivalry. I love when baseball does these like little rivalry weekends, I guess is what I'll call it here. With the Red Sox, Yankees, Cubs, Cardinals, and a lot of good matchups here. It is a little bit of a shame they did it on the weekend with the NBA Finals, but now that it's done, this is going to be a lot of fun to watch these games. And, of course, I'm going to be driving all day today, so I'll be listening to some of these games, I guess. I'm an old man. I listen to the radio broadcast when I can't watch. It's quite enjoyable. But for Shota...
Listening to baseball is great. You already know as soon as you hear crack, you can tell by the sound of the bat whether or not you're getting the hit or not.
Yeah, and they're a little ahead as well. So shout out to the radio broadcast. He went Cincinnati last time out. Shota did 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. Coming back down from this 2 back-to-back shit outings of 5 runs, 1 earned, and 7 earned runs against Milwaukee and the White Sox here. I'm going to be interested because they finally, the league has finally figured out that Shota is human, can be got. But I still don't want to bet against him here. I'll be honest with you here. And Andre Palante is obviously not the guy that you typically want on the mound with you. You know, I bet him before and it's gone well for me once. And I feel fortunate that it has. He went 5 shutout innings last time out against Colorado, but that is Colorado. Got touched up against the Astros, dominated the Cincinnati Reds for a 6 shutout innings as well. So, and those were his 3 starts this year. This will be his 4th start. He was a kind of a bullpen guy. So I'm going to be interested to see how he does. But there's no action in this game for me. Markets in this game, 76% of the bets, 94% of the money on the Cubs here. This line opened up at minus 167 at our friends at Bet Online and now minus 173. By the way, go sign up for Bet Online right now on the Pub Sports Radio website. The logo's right there. Sign up, use our promo code. You get 100% deposit match up to $1,000. And 71% of the bets and 58% of the money on the over in this game. This total has gone from an 8 minus 115 to the under. Now it is juiced to the over minus 122 for that 8. So expecting some runs here. Interesting. What do you think, Daby?
I mean, if you're going to back the Cubs here, just do it in the first 5. Take them on a run line, obviously, because you're not going to want to pay the juice. But I don't hate the Cubs' first 5 run line. Do I trust their offense to score for me? No, not really. If I did, I would probably bet this first 5. I mean, because you look across the board at the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals are hitting a little bit better, but they still have a lower on-base percentage. They've scored less runs on the season. Barely have a higher slugging percentage. Both these teams suck offensively. They're pretty even. But pitching here, it goes to the Cubs, no doubt. So I would just look Cubs first 5. As far as the total goes, with the wind blowing out and with it being a rivalry, maybe full game over. I wouldn't go first 5 over, but maybe full game. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if I'm going to bet this game, it's Cubs first 5. And if I'm going to bet this game, I probably bet it over here as well with all those runs or that total coming up here. Jeffrey Blue, the crackhead play of the day. Interesting names. Atlanta run in the first inning and Atlanta home run in the first. Very interesting. Ryan Pepio, 8.18 ERA, 10 first run innings. Very interesting. Very interesting, Jeffrey Blue. All right, we'll be watching that one there. I would expect you get much better odds than plus 185 and plus 450, but I hope you do get that cash right there. Shout out to you. All right. Next one here, by the way, Lit Picks is on the Nerfy in this game. Let's go to Cleveland, Toronto here. Carlos Carrasco versus Trevor Richards, which kind of indicates maybe this is going to be a bullpen day for the Toronto Blue Jays. We've got Bowden Francis listed as the primary right now on RotoWire. I'm going to give it a refresh just to make sure our numbers and stuff are good here. But do we really trust the Blue Jays on a bullpen day? I mean, I find it extremely difficult to do to begin with. I don't trust their bullpen and all that good stuff as it is, but we've talked about how on these bullpen days, these guys tend to step up. Very limited usage for everyone on the Blue Jays bullpen, so I would assume everyone is ready to go. We'll see some Nate Pearson today, I'm sure, and Genesis Cabrera, Yimmy will go. So interested to see what happens there. On the other side, we have a guy that is becoming a fossil, Carlos Carrasco. I like him. I'll say that. I like him as a person.
You like him.
I like him as a person. I don't want to bet on him. And I would say, Cab, 85% of the reason why I like him as a person is because he's from Venezuela.
Okay.
But he went at Miami, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. That's fine, but that's the Miami Marlins, and they're horrible. 4 innings, 5 earned runs against the Nationals. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs at Texas, which is kind of funny. But that was before going. That was his last start before going on the IL and came back with that national start. I don't trust him here. I actually kind of lean over here again. Let's go to the money splits. 41% of the bets and 91% of the money on the Cleveland Guardians here. Wow. That's a lot. And we open this line at minus 124, it seems. And it's gone down for Cleveland. I mean, I make sense to me. I'd bet Cleveland in this spot too. Better team, just flat better team. But just have to hope that Carlos Carrasco can take down a lineup of the Blue Jays that's really is not that good. I'm semi-interested in the Guardians here. Let's see. Blue Jays against righties this year. Full season. They are 17th, 98 weighted runs created plus. So very average there. And this month, so far, they are. All right, I just scroll to the bottom and assume every time they're low. 74 weighted runs created plus against righties. Yeah, I think I might move on the Cleveland Guardians here, Daby. What do you think?
I would just take their team total over since they're an underdog here. You could probably get like a 4, maybe. It might be 4.5 still. I haven't looked. I looked at fucking Vladdy's prop because I saw Nate Dogg drop Vladdy home run. And I was going back and forth with Vladdy about Vladdy with Jimmy yesterday on Betting with the Bag. Bro, Vladdy hasn't got a hit in his last like 16 at bats. He's like over his last 16. I just now noticed that. So I would not look at Vladdy today personally, just because I like to bet on hitters when they're hot. I know it's
Did you spite bet him yesterday?
No, I didn't. So that's good. I didn't even really think about it after we talked about it. So I'm glad because I actually thought I was going to do it there. I'm just saying, we'll take Vladdy, bro. Send him our way. He's hitting 280 on the season. Like, that ain't bad. I don't care what's going on.
Yeah, no, it's just the issue is he's just not hitting with power, and it's going to be hilarious. I wouldn't pay the guy, but if he does get traded somewhere, he's immediately going to go off, and it's going to piss a lot of people off in Toronto.
Well, he's padded up because it's cold in Canada. Send him down here to Texas and let him sweat off some of that fat, and he'll get back in shape, and he'll start hitting bombs again.
Yeah, he's going to hang out with his dad's friend, Pudge Rodriguez, and get him back into shape, I guess. So,
bro, your background looks better now than it does usually. I think everybody would agree with me. Whatever trailer you're staying in, I think you might just need to move in.
I would love to live here. It would be a lovely spot to live in. The only issue, again, is the bugs and the mosquitoes. Those are a gigantic
you'll be all
pain
right.
in the ass.
I'll
Those are
spray
a gigantic pain in the ass. But it is lovely here. I will say that. So shout out to this people's backyard that I'm staying in.
So are you going to bet the Guardians here? I would take their team total personally, but I guess at 4.5, that's actually maybe you would just want to take them.
If I'm going to take them, I'm going to take them full game money line. I'm going to keep going through the card and we'll see what bets keep jumping out at me. But I do like Cleveland money line here, and I'll wait and give you guys the line when I bet it. So Cleveland money line on my list of bets here. I don't know if it'll be official yet, but I'm leaning that direction heavily.
I have 3 bets, but the rest of it I'm waiting till we look through it together. So everything else will kind of be like as I recap, I'll come back and decide what else I want to bet.
Okay. Yes, I agree with that strategy. All right, Angels Giants. Patrick Sandoval versus Keaton Wynn, a pitching matchup that makes me want to fucking vomit. I have at this point I'm kind of just like off of the Patrick Sandoval experience because I haven't been able to time his good starts and bad starts this year. And again, I just can't wait for the guy to fucking leave Los Angeles and go somewhere else from the Angels because I know this guy is going to be a good pitcher somewhere else. It's just the Angels are not the place for people to develop pitching wise. So I'm going to stay off this game. I can tell you that now. Keaton Wynn does not inspire confidence either at all. Splits in this game. Where are you? There you are. 74% of the bets, 90% of the money on the Giants. That's kind of crazy to me. And 84% of the money, 83% of the bets on the over. We had this total go from an 8 juice to the over, and now it is dropping juice to the under, and we might see some 7.5s here as well. If people are expecting Keaton Wynn to pitch well here, let's talk about Keaton's last start here because he is an absolute mystery to me. I'll tell you that. 4 1/3, 6 hits, 7 earned runs against the Dodgers. That was against the Rangers. Then he went against the Dodgers, gave up 5 earned runs, and then went to at Colorado and gave up 7 earned runs there. Jesus. 7-5, 7-5. Those were his last 4 starts, all of his earned runs there.
There's a bet right here that's already jumped out at me that I don't think that I'm gonna have the balls to take. But come on, why the fuck are we betting the Angels team total over 3.5 right here?
It's not a bad idea here. Not a bad idea. So let's keep looking and seeing. So righties, we know the Angels are horrible against righties. We can confirm that this month. So far this month, they're only 96 weighted runs created plus, which is actually not bad compared to their full season. 94, they're a little bit better. Below average, but that's fine. And I'm curious to see who we might have in the Giants today. Giants bullpen, pretty tired. Taylor Rogers will be available. Duvall will be available, and Ryan Walker, I assume, will be available as well. So those are three good arms, but everyone else used up pretty heavily. This is going to be an interesting game, Cabby. I am interested in that team total over. What do you think?
Bro, his ERA is a 7. I mean, what? And it's not like he got it in one game. This motherfucker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, he's pitched in 10 games, and all but one of them, maybe 2 of them, he got the start. I mean, hell, against Philly, he went 2/3 and gave up fucking 4 hits and 5 runs. You said it against the Rangers. And this is, the Rangers aren't hitting anybody right now, and they still put up 7 runs against him. I know the Angels can't hit righties, but Angels team total over 3.5 is what I would bet here. Or they can't hit lefties. Excuse me. I don't know why I said righty.
And what the fuck? And yeah, and you guys are right in the chat. He's pitched well against shitty teams. It's Pittsburgh 6-1 earned run, Mets 6-1 earned run, Miami 6-1 earned run. So I'll stay off, everyone. I'll listen to the chat here. People leaning towards the under in this game, and you know what? I probably will just move on from this game. Nate Dogg, yes, he is retiring from broadcasting after next year. Very interesting decision by him. Marlins Nationals here. The least profitable pitcher in baseball thus far, Trevor Rogers. Trevor Rogers has been getting crushed this year. He's had better starts lately, but unfortunately, he plays for the Marlins, and it's not like he is going to be getting run support all the time. So it's very tough to, I guess, continue fading someone for me. I know you do it with Nick Martinez every time, but you'd be in the green if you did that with Taylor Rogers this year. Trevor Rogers, excuse me.
Bro, I've been fading Trevor Rogers since last year.
He's been decent in his last two of his last 3 starts have been good, but that is, sandwiched in between a 4 earned run performance against the Rangers. He pitched well against the Guardians. But a guy that I just can't trust, especially coming off of a good start. It's a good start, bad start, good start, bad start, good start, bad start, and he just came off a good one. So I would say he has a bad one here today. I think the Nationals are obviously not very good, but a good squad. They've been, I assume, I have a friend that loves doing Excel spreadsheet shit, and I'm making him add a little thing where I can add the team and see real time how I'm doing record wise with and against each team that I'm betting throughout the season. So that'll be fun to see. Apparently, he was working on it the other day, Cabby, and he texted me that the Astros hate me. And he didn't really explain why or didn't say anything else. And I was like, fuck, I guess I should just not be betting Astros games. And then I bet them yesterday. But it was very interesting. I can't wait for that. But let's talk about it. Left-handed pitchers against the National.
Did you see the play at the plate in that Phillies game? The only reason you got your over and I got my team total over?
I did not.
In the 10th inning, who was it for the Orioles? Somebody got called out at home for the 3rd out of the game, and they had to review it, and it made it 3-3. So if that out would have stood, you and I both wouldn't have cashed.
Okay, good. That's good. Yeah. God bless review. That's why we're all about replay here. God bless review. DJ Hertz on the other side. By the way, Nationals against lefties dead last this month. 116 plate appearances, 46 weighted runs created plus. Disgusting. Full season, second worst. The Marlins are a distant last, but Nationals are 29th, 77 weighted runs created plus. And yeah, let's talk about DJ Hertz. What an interesting name DJ Hertz has. It's not bad at all. His last start, he's had 2 of them. This will be his third. 4 1/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, 3 walks against the Atlanta Braves. A little bit touched up, a run an inning against the Mets, 4 innings, 4 earned runs. Getting your feet into the major league, a little tough. But if you're going to do it against anyone, it's going to be against the Marlins. He's a lefty as well, for people that don't know. So obviously, we just talked about the Marlins not being able to hit lefties either. So maybe a first 5 under here if you're feeling real ballsy. Markets in this game, 77% of the bets, 94% of the money on the Washington Nationals. Wow. That's a lot. That is makes me interested in the Marlins, admittedly. It really does. Minus 125 opener, now down to minus 116. Actually, now with all of that money on the Nationals. Oh boy. The Marlins are looking more and more appealing as we continue on here. That's very interesting. Totals wise,
you keep talking about this dog shit game. Maybe you're going to have to bet it at some point.
I might have to. 85% of the bets, 90% of the money on the over in this game, with 2 offenses that can't hit shit against lefties. That's also very questionable. This total went from 9 juice to the under. It is now 9 minus 112 to the over here. Daby Cab, any thoughts on this, quote, shit game, as you say?
Yeah, sure. You got 2 shitty baseball teams. You've got 2 sucky pitchers. You've got 2 sucky offenses. If you bet this, you've got a problem, okay? There are better games. And if I want more action, I'll take more money and put it on the bets that I made that I like before I bet this dumb shit game right here. No, I don't have anything about this. Sorry. This literally as bad as it gets. Fucking Rogers versus Hurts, the Nationals versus the Marlins. No.
I have Marlins money line written down, and we will come back to it later. Very excited for that. Speaking of great games, and we talked about it just now, Orioles, Phillies. Great game. Got us our cash. We were happy. That was the best news I received all day yesterday, Cabby, when you told me that. By the way, we were obviously watching the game outside at a bar, and I was like, yeah, I saw it was 3-3, and then you told me you looked up the score and you said 5-3. We both cashed, and that was the best news I got. That was nice. Yeah. I secured the 2-0 day. This line, though, is a little aggressive, and I don't know if it's they want you to bet the Phillies because they give you this big fat underdog price here, or maybe there's just a lot of respect for Grayson Rodriguez. I don't know. I just thought it was crazy to get a minus 170 there, and I think the Phillies are just as good. Obviously, 83% of the bets, 64% of the money on the Orioles here, and line going up. Opened up at minus 160, now minus 173. I think this line is trap adjacent, and I think I'm just gonna have to stay off, honestly. I think the Orioles might go on there and smash 89% of the bets, 82% of the money on the over. And it went from a 9 to an 8.5. The 9 was juiced to the under already, but we're starting to see 8s pop up as well. So very interesting. But I think I'm going to stay off this game. I think this line is a kind of a trap for the Phillies here. Trying to get people to bet the Phillies, et cetera, et cetera. As I battle bugs in here. But I think that's an Orioles spot here. I'm a little worried about that. Shout out to Stacks play of the day. Team total over 4.5 for those Orioles. Daby Cab, thoughts on this game?
It's hard, man. It's hard because both these 2 teams are really good baseball teams. So this is the exact opposite of the last game, right? Obviously, Rodriguez is the better pitcher of the 2 pitchers. Walker, I know he's sitting with a 3-1 record, but I've been saying this. I think Walker is the one obvious weak spot in this starting rotation for the Phillies. If there's a game that they're vulnerable, it's the game that he starts in, obviously. So I understand looking at the Orioles as a side here, but damn it, 3.5 for the team total for the Phillies again. I know it. I know it took literally 2 extra innings to get there yesterday, but I'd rather be lucky and right than fucking feel like I should have won and was wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I
No,
think
I
I
know
said,
what you mean.
yeah, I'd rather be lucky and right. And I gave the numbers yesterday. It was 18 out of the last 25. So now it's 19 out of the last 26. The Phillies have scored at least 4 runs in 19 of the last 26 games. I very likely will go ahead and still bet their team total over 3.5 here. And I tell you what, if they want to be in this game, they're going to have to score at least 4 runs because the Orioles are going to score off Walker. I'll tell you that right now.
I think I'm going to move on the old Mikey Money over here. Now, what do I mean by say Mikey Money over here? Shout out to Mike. He was the one that alerted me to this. If the total drops a full run, that means you should just bet the over. Now, I don't have obviously that's not as eloquently said as good old Mikey Money. Shout out to him. But he's pointed out that the win rate there is crazy. So that's what happened yesterday. I bet the total over. And I obviously, like you said, got a little lucky because they went to extra innings and such. But I think I'm gonna go right back to the well here. Go right back to the well with the over.
God damn it. I'm going to go back with the Phillies too. I can't let you do it and not fucking do it also. Go ahead.
It was a juice. It was a juice 9, obviously, but it was 9s. Went to 8.5, down to 8s. I'll take the over here. I know these two teams are good. I know Grayson Rodriguez and Taijuan Walker can be good, but they won't be today. And by the way, I kind of do want to I want to do this so bad. I just want to keep betting Kyle Schwarber home runs because the month of June is his month. He dominates. Just keep betting Kyle Schwarber props, home run, total bases, whatever. Bet that and keep rolling here.
You
So
probably
it's very
get real
interesting.
good fucking real
By the
good
way,
since it's a lefty.
shout out to BJ and BJ Cab can confirm this as well. BJ, I was thinking about you a lot yesterday. As you're the fucking Cabs. The Mavs were fucking wiping the floor with the Celtics, and I was like, God damn it, dude! Fucking BJ put 10 units on this Mavs fucking money line, and that is the fucking most non-sweat 10-unit bet I'm sure he's ever fucking made. Like, not for one moment were the Celtics in that game, and I was like, Jesus.
And they didn't care either. I mean, yeah.
No, not for one moment did they care.
No.
So, yeah, shout out to you, BJ. Great bet. All right. Yeah, over for me. I like it.
I like again, I'll touch on this. I know this is very simplified thinking, right? But Burns is a better pitcher than Rodriguez, and I was willing to take the Phillies team total over against Burns. Why the fuck would I not take it against Rodriguez if it's at the same price?
It's a great question.
Exactly. So I will.
Okay. All right. I like the over. I'm going to move on at Daby Cab team total for the Phillies and putting that illustrious Phillies record on the line.
17-1 after yesterday.
17-1. Shout out to everyone in the chat here. We appreciate you guys. Morgan, BJ, AOD in the house, Steve G, Nate Dogg, John Chow. And by the way, I see some non-members in here. Join the membership. Become a member. Pub Sports Radio, support it. $4.99 a month for Weeby Pub and $9.99 a month for the gold tier. And just to let you guys in on a secret, I like the gold members more. The horse races are fun. Join them. And just remember, if you're a gold member, I like you more. Let's go Cincinnati Reds, Milwaukee Brewers here. Andrew Abbott, Bryce Wilson. Another game that I'm sure does not thrill you, Daby. It's a decent pitching matchup, but not a game that I was particularly interested in. Crazy market here, and this is one of the reasons why I might be interested in the Reds. 76% of the money and 95% of the 76% of the bets and 95% of the money on the Reds, or excuse me, on the Brewers. Fucked all that up, but yes, all of that on the Brewers. And we went from minus 190, or sorry, minus 125 to minus 123 there on them. So all that money on them, and they have not really moved at all. Andrew Abbott, quality lefty. Maybe not as good as Lodolo, but he has been very good in his own right at times. He's a young pitcher, though, so we all know how all that shit can operate, can fluctuate. 22nd are the Milwaukee Brewers against lefties this full season. And for this month, Milwaukee is second to last so far against lefties, struggling 60 weighted runs created plus against them. Now, Bryce Wilson, he's the real wild card in this game, I think, here, Daby. I don't know exactly what to expect from him. I thought he was we're just throw him to the scrap heap, Dunzo here, not much to get from him. But he's had his moments of brilliance. He had a stretch of pitching really well. And now, last start, he's coming off getting destroyed. 4 1/3, 6 hits, 7 earned runs. Got touched up a bit by the Phillies, but pretty good start. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. I don't trust him still, and I'm hoping that Detroit start is the start of like his slow tumble down back to reality here. So
I mean,
I am interested in the Reds. Go ahead.
He can't get through he can't get through that fourth inning. I mean, he's done it a couple times, but if you look at the majority of the season, that fourth inning is where he falls off out of the game. Even in the games where he's only given up 2 runs, he's still only going 4 2/3, 4 innings. He does have a couple where he got to 5, but he walks too many people, man. There's no way I would back the Brewers with somebody that's got half as many walks as they have strikeouts. Like, just note he's got 44 strikeouts on the season with 22 walks. There's just too many walks compared to strikeouts there. The ratio's not right. I think the value could be first 5 with the Reds. I'm not going to bet it, but that's probably where I would if I was going to.
By the way, my dude thinks that I'm in your house right now. That would be really funny if I was in Dabby's place and I was just like in a closet somewhere. That would be really funny, my dude. But I'm going to go see Dabby right after the show. It's only an hour drive from where Dallas is. Fucking Dabby, living in the fucking boonies. But shout out to the boonies. And it also, I'm sure, does make getting services very difficult to your house as well, like electricity when the power goes down.
So. Yeah, when the power goes out, it's scary.
Yeah, you're like, fuck. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere with nothing.
I always have to leave.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I like the Reds here, admittedly. So I'll write down Reds money line, and I would also like to look at real quick bullpen usages to see if old Alexis Diaz is going to throw. And we've got a lot of these guys threw yesterday. 20 pitches for Diaz, 25 Justin Wilson. Your best friend Nick Martinez threw 23 yesterday. Fernando Cruz 19. I think this might be a first 5 for me here. That bullpen did not inspire confidence there. So first 5 Cincinnati money line written down here as well. Keeping it rolling, Detroit, Houston, Dabby. I want you to talk about this game first. This is your Astros squad and a great pitching matchup with your guy, Justin Verlander. And I've been wrong about him. I thought he's washed up a little bit. So I'd like you take this one. What do you think about this game?
I mean, he is still not like at peak Verlander, obviously. He's struggling a little bit. But I'm not going to overcomplicate this, right? Our guy, Alvarez, he went 0 for 3 yesterday. Scooble got him. It's okay. The Astros still won the game. Today, they've got his hits plus runs plus RBIs all the way down at minus 115, and I slammed the shit out of it. I threw $350 on it as soon as I saw it. So Alvarez over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Don't overthink it. That's all you need to know for this game.
Unmute. And what price did you get?
Minus 115.
I like that.
That's all you need to know. Alvarez over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Don't worry about anything else.
Let me write that down there. Jordan over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And what'd you say that was? Minus 115?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm interested in that as well, actually, Daby Cab. A rare prop that you've given me that I'm interested in. This does not happen often. And by the way, I'm looking over at the bullpen usages to see what team needs their starters to go quite a few innings, just because their bullpens are exhausted. And that person today, it seems to be, is Taijuan Walker. Phillies bullpen very gassed from yesterday, and they've thrown a lot in the last few days. So watch out for that as well. I think he'll go a lot. And I was just looking at the Orioles here as well, because I'm sure they threw a bunch, but not as much. So very interesting. Okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at other things. Astros Tigers here. Great pitching matchup now with Flaherty seemingly getting his ship back together. Market in this game, you won't be surprised to hear 82% of the bets are on the Astros, but only 59% of the money on them. So 18% of the bets and 41% of the money on the Tigers, meaning some bigger bets out there on the Tigers. Very interesting. Wow, man, I might be moving on this game as well. Minus 135 opener, Daby Cab, now down to minus 116 for these Houston Astros.
If you like the Tigers, the over is the play.
I like the Tigers. Yeah, I think the Tigers. Well, the issue is, I mean, I easily think that Flaherty could shut down these guys. Both these guys are good enough to shut them down. 88% of the money and bets are on the over. We went from a 7.5 minus 120 and is now 7.5 minus 115 to the under there. So a little flip flop. Yeah, I like the Tigers here. I've been down on the Astros all year. People will keep telling me that their bullpen is better now, but their bullpen is basically two guys, and you roll the dice with whatever Ryan Presley you're getting this year, and he's not been good. So if Hader and Abreu are available, they should be fine. Bullpen wise, but like guys like Rafael Montero don't inspire confidence. Seth Martinez doesn't inspire confidence. I just talked about how Ryan Presley's been bad this year. And Hader and Abreu both threw yesterday 15 and 12 pitches. So I expect them to be available again. But they were not going to be as sharp as they are on like full day's rest. So I like the Tigers here, and I'm going to move on them as well. And my card is slowly coming together here, Daby Cab. Slowly coming together, and it will be a full game.
You overthought this. I gave you the goods right away.
I can take both.
You told me to break the game down, and I said Alvarez, baby.
That's that. You know what? It can be that easy if it's Yordan Alvarez. It really can be that easy. One first inning home run does it just like that. All right. And by the way, Morgan, you're right. You're very, very right about that. I'm glad I'm looking at the chat because Justin Verlander fucking dominates the Tigers. I remember this last time because I bet against Justin Verlander against the Tigers.
Well, that's just like
that's
who he was with originally when he first got like good in the majors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you always pitch good against your old team, especially when you're in their stadium, not yours.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll stay off the Tigers then. I'll stay off the Tigers.
I can still picture that game where he tossed fucking what's her face, his wife. What's her name? I already forgot her name. I can picture her. I can see her, but
sure.
I don't remember her name.
How well can you picture her? Like, would you say that you're not curious at all as to what it is because you know what it looks like now?
Kate Upton. That's what it is.
Yes.
JW. Yeah, you said it too. Yeah. I remember her. I can see her catching that baseball and everything.
But have you seen certain images on the interweb?
Show me.
I guess not. I guess he has not seen these images yet.
Show me.
And Justin Verlander is also in these images. Is kind of why I know about them.
Man, I don't want to see that shit. Come on, Jose.
It is kind of funny.
You're bringing that up. God,
it is a little funny that Justin Verlander was also caught up in that as well. But shout out to them both. I'm glad people have forgotten about that, but I do not, obviously. Padres Mets. Easy pass for me this game. I want nothing to do with it. And by the way, J Dub, she is still smoking hot. There's no was in this. Still a very attractive woman. So shout out to Kate Upton. Please and thank you. This game, yeah, but it was an easy pass. I wanted nothing to do with this game. This will probably be the quickest breakdown of the day. The Padres remain a mystery to me at the very least. And their lefty issues, if we're gonna call them that, is confounding to me. They're hitting them pretty well in the last month, but I wanted actually just nothing at all for this game. I don't trust Quintana. I don't know what to get from Adam Mazer. So this was an easy pass. Markets for those who care, and I'll give you guys them still. Where are you, Metropolitans? There you are. Wow. 27% of the bets, but 75% of the money on the San Diego Padres here. So sharp action on the Padres, interestingly enough. This went from a minus 116 for the Metropolitans. It is only moved 2 cents on Bet Online to minus 118. So really not much there. But Adam Mazer getting some love here. Interesting. 43% of the bets and 62% of the money on the under in this game. But I wanted no action on this game. What do you think, Dabby? Anything for you?
Oh, I thought you meant in the chat. I was like, who's giving Mazer love, bro? We haven't seen this guy enough. He threw good against the Angels, but he got rocked against the Diamondbacks. He got shelled hard his last outing. I don't want anything to do with this game. Maybe an over, but like you said, I don't trust the Padres against lefties still. I fucked up and was on the Padres yesterday because I thought they'd get to Manaea, their old teammate. They did not. So I'm not going to touch them today. I'll wait till they get a righty again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm staying off here as well. Shout out to Morgan Spooner, who likes the Padres, and John Chow likes the Padres team total over. All right, next game, Rays, Braves. Fun matchup with Charlie Morton and Ryan Pepio. We talked about, I have already forgotten who it was. I'm getting a bad job remembering. It's Jeffrey Blue. Thank you. I'm glad I started. Jeffrey Blue's play, running the first inning for Atlanta in a Atlanta home run, I think it was. Yep, home run in the first inning as well for them. Ryan Pepio gets touched up then. I think Pepio is one of those cases that the Rays have done it again. I guess they just keep doing this shit. They trade for guys, and then they make him and form him into a pretty good starter. The early part of his season was a lot better than his form now. He was going 6 shutties, 6 1-earned runs for a little bit there. Now it's 6 innings, 4 earned runs against the Orioles. Not bad, but not good. 6 innings, 3 earned runs against the Marlins. That's definitely not good. And 5 2/3, 2 earned runs against the Oakland A's. Not good either. His strikeout to walk numbers are great, but just needs to miss those bats to keep getting his numbers down. But I just didn't have any faith in him either. With a Rays offense that, to begin with, is questionable. Charlie Morton, I've bet against him these last few starts because he just keeps seeing my Nationals, and the Nationals rock him. 8 earned runs and 5 earned runs, or 4 earned runs, I should say, 5 runs, sandwiched in between a 6-inning shutout performance against the A's. But Nationals, his kryptonite. We remember Charlie Morton on these Rays. I probably again lean over, honestly. And by the way, someone mentioning Ryan Pepio home road splits. Let me look at them real quick for you guys. Hilarious. Road, only 18 innings pitched, a 1.5 ERA. Home, 40 innings pitched, which is just crazy that he has that dichotomy there. 5.36 on at home. So that's very interesting. I cannot get there with either one of these guys, unfortunately. Daby Cab, what do you have? Any thoughts?
I want to take the over, but these teams have been hitting the ball just awful. You look at like the last 14 days, Rays 86 runs created plus, 23rd. You look at the Braves, they're 25th right there with only 77. I mean, neither of these offenses are clicking right now. Yesterday's game went over, though. I mean, we saw 10 runs yesterday. So maybe, baseball is a wave. It is what it is. We saw how hot the Braves can be early. Obviously, they're, a little different of a lineup right now. I want the over here, but I just can't do it. I mean, these teams just haven't been hitting. So for that reason, I'll just stay off. And I guess maybe I would take the Braves on the money line. But Morton's not really somebody that I like to put minus 130 down with.
Yeah, I wouldn't lay the juice with him either. And the Braves offense is not the same that it once was. So I'm off this game. Again, we appreciate everyone in the chat right now. Hit the like button while you guys are here. Become a member. All that good stuff. Thank God. I was watching the Celtics debacle because I didn't get to watch any of the Red Sox debacle yesterday, which admittedly would have pissed
So
me
you
off
didn't see Verdugo?
quite a bit more. Oh no, I saw that. I'm that hand up for me, everyone. Hands up. I should have told everyone to bet Alex Verdugo home run because what an obvious play that was. I mean,
That was like taking
Kyle
Seager when he went back to Los Angeles the other day.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle
Simple.
Schwarber did it, and we did it then. It's just so obvious because the Red Sox are just skunts in how they've been treating their players that it's just it was so obvious. But I'm not surprised they lost. They were one game over 500 Cab. This team is a 500 ball club, so they lose to go back down to 500. What's going to happen, Cab? I'll tell you right now. They're going to lose today, go under 500, and I don't care who throws tomorrow. The Red Sox will win tomorrow and go right back to 500 as they continue to do because they are the most average team in MLB. So I want nothing to do with this game. I think that Rodon shoves. You guys know that Rodon has been in my rotation this year. I think the Red Sox suck balls against lefties. They're going to strike out a shitload, and this will probably be his best start of the season so far. So Yankees in some form or fashion, I think, would be wise. Obviously, 90 fucking plus percent of the bets and money on them, 89% of the bets, 96% of the money on the Yankees. And for the total, 88% of the bets, 84% of the money on the over. Total went from a 9 minus 115 now showing an 8.5 here. So very interesting that all that money on the over and it's still ticked down. It makes me lean under, but I'm not moving on this game. By the way, Ron Crawford, spreadsheet play of the day, spreadsheet dog play of the day, the Miami Marlins, who I will also be on. Ron Crawford, very nice.
Oh yeah,
God, this fucking game.
Right, I was going to say you always you always got to think over when these two teams get together. I mean, but I don't know. The Red Sox going to get there today. Yankees, right? I got nothing on this. I don't want to waste any time on it. Yankees, I guess. I mean, there's what I was going to say. Justin got it. You can put some kind of prop down with Judge, something like that. I'm sure you're not getting like a great price on it though. I bet it's pretty taxed.
God, I'm just so annoyed thinking about watching and listening to this fucking game on the ride home. Just being annoyed while listening to the Red Sox losing this game.
Listen to the Red Sox over the games you have bets on?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's every time. I'll move on because I don't want anything to do with this game. I lean under. And I think the under should be bet if you're going to bet anything in this game, but not a game that I have particular interest in. And again, we're passing on a lot of these games, but shockingly enough, we had a decent amount of action. Speaking about action here, I would love to hear your thoughts here on your Texas Rangers, who lost yesterday, I believe, 3-2. Mariners need every win they can get against this Rangers team because they have to extend their lead in the division. And the Mariners are seeming to be legit. You know, it's quite funny that the pitching has been so good and seemingly, finally, maybe their offense is caught up and starting to hit well, and maybe we can take them seriously. 10th against righties in the last month, or I guess this month, I should say. 115 weighted runs created plus. Everyone knows that I love Nate Eovaldi. So what do you think?
I've been very hard on Eovaldi ever since even last year. He is pitching his ass off right now. His 2 games that since he's came back that I've watched him throw, even though he gave up 2 runs, but he went 7 innings, only gave up 5 hits against San Francisco. Man, his stuff looks outstanding. His fastball's the fastest I've seen him throw it, like hitting 98 with it. His fucking split finger is just dropping off the table. I think Eovaldi deals today. I got the Rangers at plus money in the first 5. No chance I'm going to pass on it with Eovaldi, even with the Rangers struggles. So I got Rangers first 5 plus 110. Plus 110. The hell am I saying? Plus 110. And then I got Seager over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs at minus 120. Both of those bets are cashing. You can take it to the bank.
You guys heard it here first. Both of those bets are cashing. By the way, this total now a 6.5.
Shout out to our guy Steve for dropping in. Yeah, all the way down to 6.5.
Yeah, 79% of the bets, 88% of the money on the Mariners, and 92% of the bets, 88% of the money on the over. And odds makers don't give a fuck.
Rangers win this one 4-1. Game goes under. Seager gets hits his prop, and the Rangers win the first 5.
Oh boy, do I want to bet this game under. I do. I really do. This feels like another challenge just to take the under, but I think I'll stay off, and I'll be having my ears open to that game.
Bro, get you some Seager. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Come on.
Seager is your king. That is your king right there. I'd rather bet Jordan if I had to pick between the two. Royals, Dodgers. Minus 200 for the Dodgers here, I thought was a little aggressive, but we just saw what the Yankees did to the Royals relievers, and I kind of feel like it's going to be the same thing here, honestly. So I lean Dodgers here at minus 200, obviously, but I wanted really nothing to do with this game either. Yamamoto, I'll be excited to watch, and Seth Lugo, this is like you better pitch well here, Seth Lugo, because you definitely could start the All-Star game for the American League. But nothing here for me. Again, Daby, I'll tell you guys what the spreads or what the market splits are. And I just looked outside. There's just people walking outside that scared the fuck out of me just now. But market split in this game, let's find it. Not surprising. 92% of the bets, 97% of the money on the Dodgers here. 83% of the bets, 80% of the money on the over in this game. And total went from 7.5. And we're starting to see some 8s pop up across the board. Yeah, I have a feeling that the Royals bullpen gets crushed here. Crushed. So no action here for me. I also just got a notification on my phone that Justin Verlander might be scratched. So Daby Cab, please take it away while I investigate.
I will still be on the only bet in that game that matters, which is Alvarez over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Okay. I know this looks like a great price on Seth Lugo, and it is. I get it. He's 9-2 with the 2.36 ERA, 75 strikeouts, 20 walks, and a 1.04 WHIP. Fabulous numbers. The Royals have been a great baseball team, but I just want to give a pause really quick and think about what Jose said, where, if he pitches good here, he might get the start in the All-Star game. His last 2 outings against New York, 7 innings, he gave up 8 hits and 4 runs. Not terrible. I mean, it's not a terrible start. He still got through 7 innings. And then Cleveland, he went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits and 5 runs. That's not good. Again, neither blow-up starts. You're not 7, 8 runs. You're not seeing anything too terrible. But if you go through the whole season, he hasn't had back-to-back crooked numbers. And when I say crooked numbers, I'm usually not talking about a 2. But in this case, he hasn't even had a 2. He hasn't had back-to-back crooked numbers any start throughout his season. This third start right now is carrying a lot of weight for him mentally. I'm telling you, as a pitcher, I just know that today we're going to see what Seth Lugo's mental makeup is. This is a huge, huge start for him. And for that reason, I think I'll pass because I want to see what he's going to do with this pressure. But I think it's good money on a dog for somebody. Obviously, you stay away from the bullpen and go first 5, though, Jose.
Yeah, right. I just think the bullpen is going to get crushed here. I considered a Dodgers team total, but no thanks. By the way, Dave, great notes here. UFL breakdown here. Championship is tomorrow, Daby. Did you know that?
I don't know what is that, United Football League?
Yeah, the football league, the Rock Football League. Well, they put those two leagues together. San Antonio plus 3.5, playing the better defense. And Birmingham's quarterback is you'll remember this name, Daby Cab. Adrian Martinez, believe of Nebraska fame.
Oh shit, yeah, that was the guy from Nebraska. He sucked.
Yeah, so go San Antonio tomorrow in the UFL. All right, Pittsburgh, Colorado. Jared Jones, believe making his first start in Coors. The 10.5 total, very high, but I do think Jared Jones gets touched up in his first start in Coors. And these two breakdowns are going to be very quick, guys, because my computer is dying yet again, and you'll be shocked to hear that there's not many power outlets in an Airstream. But Jared Jones' first start in Coors. Do I trust it? No. I don't trust any young pitcher or pitcher in general making their first start in that atmosphere, or I should say that altitude. 86% of the bets, 92% of the money on the Pittsburgh Pirates here. Line is dropped down slightly towards the Rockies, 163 now, opened up at minus 165. And it's kind of split totals wise, which is pretty rare. Not all the money on the over. But this is an over that I kind of like here. I don't think Jared Jones pitches well, and Ty Block is not a guy I want. So I lean over, no action here. And shout out to Steve G, fading the Rockies to brilliance. 41-18 there. Shout out to you, Steve G, up 35 or 31 units, I should say. Steve, are you taking money line here for the Pirates? You're taking -1. Let us know. -1.5. What do you think here, Daby Cab? Pass game for Daby Cab. Let's move on to our next game. Chicago White Sox versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. If you're bored late at night, don't worry. Major League Baseball has you with this electric matchup. Eric Fetty, who's quality arm this year, has been very good, and our guy Billy Friedrich says that he's going to win a championship this year because he's going to go to a team at the trade deadline and make them much better. And I kind of agree with that. I like Fetty as well. He's been just good, and especially coming off of KBO MVP. I think he ended up winning. He was just solid. But 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run against Seattle. And by the way, 3 straight road starts. This is going to be his 4th straight road start now. 7 innings, 1 earned run against Seattle at Seattle. 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs against Chicago. And then 5 innings, 4 earned runs against Milwaukee. So he's not dazzling, but you just heard that last 7 inning 1 earned run performance against Seattle. Very good, just straight good. So admittedly, I am interested in the White Sox here against a Diamondbacks team that, I mean, they have kind of disappointed all year. They've not been very good, just to put it flatly. And we have an interesting
game if you take the White Sox. Just go first 5.
Yeah, because again, shout out to our guy Billy Friedrich, has been making cash hand over fist, fading the White Sox once they get a lead late. So it is for sure a White Sox first 5 here to keep Fetty in our thoughts and minds. Tommy Henry, by the way, is going to be the primary here for Arizona because Scotty here has only gone like 1-2 innings this year. So Tommy Henry probably come in at some point and he'll throw good portion amount. He's thrown 5 innings, 6 innings this year. He came out of the bullpen last time out against the Diamondbacks, gave out 2 earned runs and 2 1/3. But he has not been very good this year, Tommy Henry. So I lean White Sox here. Let's talk about the market.
I don't know, bro. I think Morgan Spooner might be right, man. He said Eric Fetty's having the best year of his career by almost 2 earned runs. If you look at the BIP and the fucking everything tells you regression, bro. Look at he's never been good, ever. And now you're telling me he's somebody who's going to hold a 3 ERA in the majors? Like, I don't know, bro. You don't make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7th year in the bigs, bro. Like, we're not talking about some like kid that just figured it out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he went to the KBO last year, allegedly figured it out there. So we'll see. We'll
It's the
see.
same.
I don't know. I probably won't move on them now. I'll trust my guy Morgan Spooner. I agree that Petty will regress at some point for sure. I don't know if it'll be today. We'll see. So 87% of the bets, 93% of the money on the White Sox, and 57% of the bets, but only 49% of the money on the over in this game. Total has dropped from 9 to 8.5 here, and it might drop again. So that's very interesting. Maybe showing that both these guys are going to pitch well. Assuming that the roof is closed, by the way. I don't think that is a bad guess there late at night, but I'll look it up real quick. So, Daby, you wanted nothing to do with this game, correct?
No, I'm passing. And I guess Verlander is officially not pitching.
Yes, Spencer Arrighetti going to start for them now. And he's been pitching pretty well. So shout out to him. And by the way, roof is closed today, as to be expected. But Spencer Arrighetti getting the start now instead of Houston, or instead of what's his name, Verlander. So very interesting. Let's go back to that Detroit Houston spot real quick. Did you have any updated thoughts now that your boy HGH Justin Verlander isn't starting here? And we're getting Arrighetti, who again is seemingly figuring it out. I think it's kind of cool to watch Hunter Brown go from shit to figuring it out. The same thing from Arrighetti here. I mean, we remember his debut was like 7 earned runs, and then he gave up like 5 earned runs. But his last 2 starts now, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run. And then he only went 3, but another 1 earned run performance, and then 6 shutty against Seattle. So starting to find his form, I think, and I think that's a good sign for Spencer. But do I want to back him here? I want to look at the new updated lines as well to see. But Daby Cab, did you have any thoughts on Arrighetti?
Yeah, I would think that Yordan Alvarez would probably be able to get over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. And at only minus 115, that's a pretty damn good price. So I think you should bet it.
All right, fair enough. So there's Daby Cab's breakdown of the new pitchers there. Daby Cab, let's review our action here. I'd like for you to go first so I can figure my shit out here.
Yeah, I got you. Right now I have 3 bets in. I'm thinking I'm going to add that Phillies team total over. I need to look at it for a second when we get off of here. I don't want to give you guys something if my money's not officially on it. I bet Alvarez, like I just said, over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. I took the Rangers in the first 5 at plus 110. I'm trusting Eovaldi. I'm trusting my guy Corey Seager to step back after a no-hit game yesterday. I took Corey Seager over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs at minus 120. So Seager and Alvarez are the 2 props I'm on, and then I got the Rangers first 5. I am probably going to bet the Phillies team total over 3.5. I just need a little bit of time to look at it, a little longer.
Okay. Is there something specific that you're looking for, or are you just waiting for a price?
Numbers.
All right. Prices it is. By the way, another pitching change as well in Milwaukee. Jared Koenig going to start there for them, and then it's going to be Bryce Wilson right after him. So still Bryce Wilson, still the same cap, but Jared Koenig now on my book as listed. So make sure you get those bets in again if you have to. All right. So my action here, I've got a few bets, and I'm going to bet them all. At some point, I have to drive to Cabby's after this, and then I'm going straight home because I have pups to feed. But let's talk about it. And by the way, shout out to Morgan Spooner's Pissy Cheerios play of the day, Giants -1. Morgan, I don't know what kind of graphic or video we'll do eventually, but you keep coming and they'll come, and I'm sure Jimmy will have something interesting for Pissy Cheerios here. Unfortunately, you're muted, Daby.
I'm muted. What do you mean you don't know what kind of graphic? It's in the name of it's the Pissy Cheerios play of the day. Like, it's
but I don't just
Cheerios
have, and I don't think many people just have a video of that.
Fucking make the water yellow. It ain't that hard. Or take a piss.
I would just
take a piss in a bowl. Stay with me. Take a piss in a bowl and dump some Cheerios in it, then take a picture of it.
By the way, this is one of my greater production works, and Dutch should thank me about this every day. We did this by hand. That was me and Victor doing that by hand with genuine weed smoke as the smoke as well. So maybe I will just have to take a piss and some Cheerios for the pissy Cheerios play of the day.
Same thing. Just, don't show where the yellow stream's coming from. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Some Cheerios in the bowl.
Oh man, Morgan. All right. Let's recap my action here. I've got a few bets that I'm going to move on. Cleveland money line minus 101, Miami money line plus 106, my Philadelphia Baltimore over 8 minus 110, Cincinnati Reds first 5 plus 105, and Yordan Alvarez over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Daby, when I'm driving, text me on the road and tell me that this play hits for us, please and thank you. So it's gonna be fun, and I have to line shop and figure out what I'm have to bet that at. But I'm just gonna write down minus 115, since that's what my friend Daby Cab is getting. Daby, again, thank you very much for coming on the show as you do every Saturday. I appreciate that. And thanks for your hospitality in Dallas, as always. It's nice seeing you. I appreciate seeing you last night. Thank you for not letting me get my ass kicked, even though there was no shit talk at all because we were down 40 points immediately.
Yeah, I'm just glad Jason Bourne didn't come after you, too.
Yeah, when you said that to begin with, I was like, Jason Bourne, what the fuck? And then I remembered. I then remembered. It was really funny. I found it funny that, we did the thing. I took a hit. And then I walked off to go stand in the other line, and then nothing.
Bro, you don't understand. Bro, I know what's going on around me. I don't know where that fucking dude came from. He came out of fucking nowhere, bro. I profiled the entire. I saw every person that was out there. That motherfucker came out of nowhere, bro. He came out of the bushes. I swear to God, he was crouched down behind the bushes or something.
Yeah, and that dude walked back and forth between those two bars.
He hunted me down, bro.
The whole night. You're not hard to find, unfortunately, Daby. You're a big lad.
Bro, I walked across the street and then came back to a different bar, and he came and got me again. It's like, bro, fuck off.
That's classic. But Daby, thank you. I'll be over in your house in about an hour. And then, again, I've got a lovely 5-hour drive, and then I'm going to go see some pups. And my family, I guess. My parents come back today. I haven't seen them in like a week, so shout out to them as well. Daby, thank you. Chat, AOD, Peter, Steve G. By the way, Pete, you son of a bitch. I see you on Twitter every time, Pete. You son of a bitch. I appreciate that you're watching. Pete, man. I appreciate your watch. But damn it, join us on the Pub Sports Radio YouTube page, Peter Gracias. But shout out to you for watching. Joey Harb, Justin McKelvey, Steve, Morgan, Nate Dogg, Benjamin Mills, Coin, our guy Justin McKelvey. Thank you guys as always. And Dave, thank you for that UFL breakdown. I have to take a shit. And I have to take a shit in a trailer. So this should be very interesting to see what happens, lads. So I cannot wait. I hope that I don't blow this bitch up. But it'll be a fun time. So say hey, guys. Cab. I'll see you in about an hour.